Hello and welcome to ALW Exploration. Today we're in Lancaster and we're at one of the annexes of Lancaster Moor Hospital. This is known in the community as Ridge Lea Mental Asylum, but it was actually called Ridge Lea Hospital.
This annex of the nearby Lancaster Moor Hospital was opened in 1916 as a ladies' villa, intended for the lucrative private lady patients who required a superior accommodation compared to that available in the main Lancaster Moor Hospital. Lancaster Moor Hospital opened in 1816 and closed for mental health patients in 1991. This impressive building still exists today and is now converted into private apartments for members of the public. Meanwhile, back at Ridge Lea, this structure formed another sizeable complex in its own right and stood some distance west of the Lancaster Moor Hospital, accessed separately from its own approaches from Stone Row Head, alongside the Lancaster Cemetery. The hospital was a pioneering site for the humane treatment of the mentally ill, with the introduction of treatments such as electroconvulsive therapy. This is a psychiatric treatment where a generalised seizure without muscular convulsions is electrically induced to manage refractory mental disorders. Up to 120 volts are applied externally to the patient's head, which results in around 800 milliamps of direct current passing through the brain for short periods of time. This was used as a treatment for several mental disorders, including mania and depression. Ridge Lea Hospital first saw a decline in patients after the 1986 publication, Making a Reality of Community Care, by the Audit Commission. This report outlined the slow progress in resettling people from long-stay hospitals. It was this report which prompted the subsequent Green and White Papers on community care. Care in the community is a British policy of deinstitutionalisation, treating and caring for physically and mentally disabled people in their homes rather than in an institution such as Ridge Lea Hospital. Margaret Thatcher adopted a new policy of care in the community, and subsequent governments harmonised this. Ridge Lea Hospital closed in 2013 and is still owned by Lancashire and South Cumbria National Health Service Trust.
I've just noticed there's a sensor there. There's a sensor there, so we're going to go back around this way, go round, then come back in and enter it from that side, because we need to be at that window there to get in hospital reception. So we're straight in, got in through an open window, and we're straight into a ward, and it's got the hospital lighting where you've got the normal daytime light and it's got a little nighttime light at the end. Quite modern electrics. The EICR didn't run out until last year. Garbage disposal unit, the sink, everything's smashed up. Another ward. It still smells like a hospital. It's got that cleaning solution smell about it. Turkenham unit. Michelle Griffiths. Conti board. I used to build all sorts of stuff out of that. got the these like the holders for the screens. There's like the big curtains, the curtain holders. And the break glass is intact. That's nice to see. Not smashed. Some more of these curtains. I mean, who orders these? You think, oh, that's a nice curtain. I mean, really? Like gaudy pink? Does anybody actually have curtains like that aren't in a hospital? We've got syringes, needles, tube grip, cotton wool swabs, dressings. I don't know what that was. That looks like an old, that's an old microfiche reader. I don't know what they're for. Maybe to put a bed behind it. So if you're along here, it's like a wall that sticks out. So you can maybe put a hospital bed there with a patient on it whilst they're waiting for a ward for them. I think that's what they're for, because I think they're solid. Yeah, they're solid. That's solidly fixed. We've got the dining room. Hospital food. Someone smashed all the plates up. That'll be the kitchen area. Let's look at the crockery. We had a bit of a Greek wedding in here. Some have survived. Dudson Duraline, 1800 to 2001. There's been some lukewarm cups of tea on that saucer. Let's check out the kitchen. So powder boil, I used to fit them. There's no copper in them though, they have like a glass tank. Main corridor. Have I been in there? No, but it's just a little office. It's probably where the sister's office. The phone's at it. Oh, they've had a door access system here, like a control system. So you have to put a code in and then select what door you want to unlock. Staff toilets. I mean, in what? That's low. Must have had really short doctors. This has been a reception room. I smashed all the glass up. So it's been the reception where you've come to see your family member. Reporting there. Lancashire NHS. The kitchen's like a bar. Is that one? All the damps go into a conference room. Office spaces. Yeah, admin. Had a false wall put in there. That used to be one big room. Telex. Telephone equipment room. The server's been taken out, but a lot of the old analog key is still here. Aircon unit. It's got warm in here because they've got a big extract unit and they've put an aircon unit in as they've started computerising the NHS in the early 2000s, late 90s. They started computerising it all. That's where the heat's coming. That's where the aircon has had to be fed. Yeah, here we are. Software GPT installation. That's when they started putting computer systems into hospitals. Here we are, Ridge Lea Hospital, Silverdale unit. Go through that in a bit. So this looks like a cash room or a medical records room. Someone's forgot the purse. Another large ward area. So you've still got the shift names on the board from when the last shift was. I think that's pretty cool. Elizabeth, Ricardo, who's that? Jamie Kitchen. Ops board. This office in here with a keyboard. That's a cue for one of Dave's tacky jokes, but he's not here with us today. Customer canteen. Or visitors canteen. Nice. Welcome. Essential goodness is all about patience. Nice. Well, that's a foot off the snooker table. Smashed up oven. Don't think they're serving any food today, but it looks quite modern. Got underfloor heating. It's underfloor heating system controls. Electrics. Air handling unit control panel. So there's an air handling unit on the roof. That's air handling unit's like a big fan. They'll have a supply fan and an exhaust fan, and in the middle will either heat or cool the air. That's what an air handling unit is, and it's got all filters in it as well. I think the plants had it. Foosball. I like that. You know, it's a classic foosball when it's got ashtrays built in. There's no ball though. The ball's gone. Someone's nicked it. Yeah, it's gone. Got things for your drinks. And your slider. Nice. Let's carry on. Looks like a day room. Everywhere's got observation windows so they can observe you. There's a little day room so you can meet your family. The beeping is a smoke detector that's got a flat battery, that's what it's beeping. Well, low battery. So it says to me that the power's only been off a couple of months. At least. Probably when the metal thieves come in.
Yeah.
Whenever they've been. Should we go this way?
Aye.
See, this is a secure area now.
Isn't it?
Yeah. Got a shower tray. Have you noticed how nothing's got any sharp edges?
Yeah.
Everything's panelled.
Aye.
Yeah, and they've got all the observation windows and everything.
Yeah.
That's someone's bedroom. But yeah, see how there's no taps or anything, there's just buttons. And there isn't even a toilet seat. Just less things for them to tear off and use as weapons. Oh wow.
This suite of rooms was used for the custody and detention of suspected internal drug traffickers. These suspects are usually patients who have returned from a short-term release or have been suspected of ingesting wrapped drugs they have been given by fellow traffickers or stolen from inside the hospital for sale later to other patients. The detainees held here are known as body stuffers. Body stuffers swallow well-wrapped drug packages, most commonly cocaine. The packages are subsequently passed and sold on the wards. Packages can number from a dozen to a few hundred and are of varying quality, 30 to 80% purity and size.
Like the toilet there's not even a flush handle for the toilet. And then there's this like observation window here.
There's one there. Oh.
What's that?
Food.
That's a hatch to pass the food through.
Leakage, rupture or unravelling of the packages will expose the stuffers to severe or fatal toxicity. In the past, packages were handmade using various materials, e.g. condoms, but they are now usually machine manufactured, reducing the risk of unravelling or rupturing. This suite provided a secure facility where the packages could be passed and seized by hospital staff and handed over to the police, thus stopping the illegal drugs from reaching the wards.
This is the staff room where the nurses would observe that patient and they could flush the toilet for the patient and then they could set the temperature of the room, the patient's room in here, turn the heating on and off, cooling, extract, main heater, different speeds, sanitizer, and then they've got sockets in here so they could put a TV up against this window and show them TV and the sound goes through there and then they can pass things through to them through this, through there. That's why they pass it through to the patient. It's a little stock cupboard. And that's like beefed up security door for that room. Like they could take them out of there, and there's a shower there, like an enlarged shower that they could put them in. Again, no handles, no buttons, it's just buttons to flush. And there's no controls for the shower. You turn that on somewhere else and it's just a thing in the roof that sprays down. Stock room. So this small wing is just for one patient. Well, this looks like it goes to old again because they're modern doors and we're straight back to the 70s. The stock area. So this hospital's had several extensions over the years. See how I've put that on there? So there isn't a sharp edge to bang your head on. Crazy. Just watch the ceiling here, Paul.
Right. This is just not secure, is it?
I think someone's tried to break in from above.
This is secure. You need to get in there.
It is, yeah. Like an examination room. Bathroom. Yeah, it's like a surgery room, isn't it? This is like porta cabin that we're in. It's modular building. So we're actually in like porta cabin units. You can tell by the modular joints. Oh wow, there's like a secure place.
Yeah. Don't think you can get out to it.
It's got all the high fences to stop people escaping. Whoa. Look at that. That is pretty cool. Little courtyard for them to play in. See, these are like the senior manager's offices. There's the porta cabins that we were just in. Just there. Porta cabin areas. No, I thought we'd better stick together and split up.
It's quite long,
It's
isn't it?
long, yeah, long way down there. Big rooms, a lounge. There's been a sign over that door at one point in its life. So we're up on the first floor now, checking out the large wings up here. Pretty bashed up room. So water's getting in the roof. Don't know if someone's nicked the lead flashing. Quite a lot of decay on the floor. relaxation room. Oh, the mirrored walls. It's like a 1980s fun pub. They used to relax me. All the different lights. So they would have had different mood lights in here. All different colours. You can turn them on and off with these. Different light levels. And different colours and moods. And they would have maybe had a little head hi-fi. Now, yeah, radio cassette there, machine, would have had that in there, some like sounds of like the sea rolling in, things like that to calm the patients down. But we just come up that large corridor there. I really like that with the arches and all the decay. Looks really really nice. I love the old architecture of buildings like this. Stock room. Does anybody want any toilet cleaner? Looks like they've done pottery up here. All bits of clay. Pottery classes. There's the hi-fi that I talked about. There's the speakers for it. Different bits of craft for crafting. And there is the index of the switches in that room I've just been in. So they could have all the different things. Mirror globes, fan and projector music system, ceiling fan, ceiling tile lights, spotlights with colour wheel, fibre optic wall curtain, bubble tube, rotating mirror globe. Decent setup. Would relax me. Apart from wiring it up, that wouldn't relax me. It's a weird room. This was probably an office. It's had a long desk along here. Long desk. And what was that about? Some interesting graffiti. And I've got some 3.5 inch floppies for the kids of today. That's a floppy diskette. You get 1.44 megabytes on there. And it was an analog diskette that you put in a floppy drive. I like that wall, that is cool. All the plaster's come off. I like that. Very art decor. It's what all the like the arty farty type people have. They have bare walls. This has got it but natural style, where the water's come through and it's just popped all the plaster off. One thing I've noticed about this location, it's got the sense of calm. And it's so quiet, it's just, you can hear a pin drop. It's so quiet. Peaceful. Female and staff only area. Very damp. These have been fairly modern rooms, but they've just been trashed as they've stripped it out. British Home Stores, they're gone now. Nice. I like the way this This building goes from different eras and different fashions very suddenly. It was in like the 1990s there, but we've got straight back to the 1950s. Yellow pages from what year? 2008, 2009. And the plaster's coming off again. See, hand washing was in a thing before COVID, but I think people just do it because of COVID, but it was a thing before then. Sorry, I said the C word. My apologies. Paul tells me there's a plant area upstairs. He called it something else though. Old school electrical shit, I think he said it was. Oh, nice. I do like a plant room ladder.
Well, there's more up there.
Oh yeah, big fuse wires. They might even be powered up. Oh no, the incomer's been cut off. That's the incomer there, chopped off. I'm just going to put my second glove on. My favourite Sangamo time switch. All them fuse connection units. Tails. Big fuses. That's CCTV or TV. Paging system transmitter. Now that is old school. Who here used to have a pager? Did you have a pager at work? If so, leave a comment. What's going on up here then? What's through here then? Oh, nice. I've got to go to that. Big circle window thing. Shot out there. There's a big window, like a circle. Yeah. A water tank up there. Yeah, it's up too high for outside. Yeah, there's a porta cabins we were in earlier. There's the rest of the building that we've been in. And there is the other side. We're going to drone this in a bit, but I just wanted to show you it from here. And that is a pretty cool little opening. Old school loft. Right. Medical library. Like all libraries, quite boring. What we've got over here? That looks. That's printer toner. I thought it was a microfiche film. There are some old books though. Health and social care. What? Wow, November 1965. Self-poisoning Kessel. Social work. More books. HR management, set in a context. Using information in managing the nursing resource. Nice. When was this last checked? 2011. Fire protection was last on here. Old CRT telly. I ain't doing so good no more. There's an old digital typewriter.
Yes.
Not that. It's old school. Panasonic electronic typewriter. This looks like it was a recreation room, possibly a staff room. So the nurses would have been able to come here and have a bit of a relaxing time, cup of tea and a sit down. Quite likely there was sofas and a TV. There's a lot of data cable in there, so they might have had a computer. Back in the day it would have been like a desktop with a CRT monitor and a white mouse. They were always white. This has been an office, judging by the amount of data cables in here. So I think this entire wing has been office space, probably because of these acro props. So the staff have worked around them, but they didn't want patients up here. The clock stopped. Yeah, because there's an open keyboard and a charging rack for pages. That's the pager charger. Key cabinets. So this entire wing's been staff only. There's another office. You can tell by the dado rail and the notice boards. These have just been primarily office areas. Still things on there. Key tags. It goes right down to there. Yeah, some idiots have been smashing the skylight up. There's a central reception there that I've not seen.
That's the ground floor we've not been to, isn't it?
Yeah, we haven't been in that bit, have we? No. So we need to go down and get to that. Cold store. Yeah, cold store area. Still got the dairy crates in. Just realised what these are. I've been looking at them thinking, what are those? They're an antenna, and they're for the pages system. Because there's the power pack for it. So I've run that in the plaster of the wall, replastered it, and that's the antenna. Just keep the pages going. This is a big security door with a maglock on it. So this is back into where the patients are. And this is that big reception area that we saw from above that we haven't been in yet. Underneath the skylight. Caution gone. There's a stock room. fuse box bill fuses. Don't see them anymore. Apart from those ones that you can see. That's the main entrance. So this is the main entrance. There's the stereotypical hospital doors. Reception's not so good. Can that work? This has been Ridge Lea Hospital. I'm Andy from ALW Exploration. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. It really helps me out when you do that. I'll see you every Thursday at 8 PM UK time. Bye bye.
Looking over my shoulder, looking back at your door. In my head it goes over and over. Should I leave or want it more? Look